Now that you
Yeah.
got all these really cool ideas, can you execute it? Can
Yeah.
you make it come to life? Yeah,
And it's also the last 10% of the
yeah.
construction that actually
The last one,
determines whether it comes back in a
correct.
nice loop
Because
or not.
if you end that last 10% bad, everything that you did, they just don't care.
You're right.
Yeah, and I mean that's how the industry works, and that's why you have to give it your all the way to the end. You cannot like shortchange your client. You cannot shortchange the project. You have to see it through. Not even after it's done. Like post completion, you gotta pay some attention to it even more.
Not to generalize like
Yeah,
how most people view the industry,
yeah.
but what is that one thing that you felt that most clients should actually be aware of how this industry functions?
I think, I mean, let's not talk about fees because
Mm,
that I think everybody would just agree to that, right? Um, we are very underpaid, but to me, I think it's about timeline. I think not misconception, but like clients like to rush things, and because they see it from a business standpoint, or if it's for their home, they just can't wait to move in, right? So they're observing it from that lens. The more time it takes, the more money I lose, right? But I think they have to understand the nature of our work and inform themselves of what is it that we do, and that is why we require a certain time to develop the design.
mm,
Like if a doctor has to do heart surgery on your mother, would you knock on the glass door and like, hey, can you hurry up? Or would you be like, yo, you're doing heart surgery on my mom,
mm,
like take whatever time necessary that you need, because it's a
mm.
very delicate process, it's a very complex process, but we don't get that to them it's like luxury, like, "Ugh, you want time what, because you can just like chill."
Mm,
No, because I want to give it my best, and I
mm.
know that with time we can formulate something much more holistic, much more detailed,
Yeah.
but they don't understand that.
Not to mention the processes that you have to put
Yeah,
into creating this
yeah,
environment of
correct,
thinking, right?
exactly.
You might not get it today, you
Nope,
might not get it
you
tomorrow.
might get it the last day of the week,
Yeah,
yeah, and the presentation is the day after,
yeah.
so that's the part that I feel like, that I think it requires us to sort of not educate, but like make it clear, to the public, what is it that designers do, and sharing that. I think Malaysia has a very young, our design industry is still very young, since Merdeka, it's only like 70 years,
Mm,
right? So it's relatively young,
mm.
but culture and art and creativity has been around since we existed, but just not commercialization, but just a more
Acceptance.
more understanding and description of what designers do is still relatively new in the industry. So Malaysians, the public may not understand or fully grasp what an architect does, or an interior designer does, or a light specialist does. To them, they can't compartmentalize that.
Mm,
Designer, okay, I pay you. Can you do? So so things like this is doing great for the industry. So
mm, mm,
we
mm, mm,
appreciate what
mm,
you're trying to do.
mm. I think we need voices like that to really share
Yeah.
that, you know, that darker side. Well, not
Well,
darker side,
the